Welcome to your 20-minute Pilates workout with the friends at NBC Fitness. Please make sure your space is clear, that you have a mat or towel, and you are ready to begin. Start with hands at your side and feet together. Breathe in and raise the arms. Exhale, let the arms fall to the side. Draw the belly button into the spine and the tailbone down through the heels. Continue to lift through the crown of your head as you breathe and warm up the body. Tilt the pelvis, draw the belly in, and again breathe nice and tall. Roll down, pulling the chin into the chest as you reach towards the floor. Sequence the spine, rolling it upward. Breathe at the top. Exhale, roll down. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, roll up. Continue to breathe and roll the spine down and up. Nice job. Let your hands fall to the sides. Breathe in, reach up, and now hinge from the hips as you roll down towards the floor and walk your hands out forward. In plank position, alternate leg lifts, drawing the belly button into the spine, keeping the hips stable. Fingers are spread out and weight is distributed through the hands. Continue to draw the abdominals in and keep the pelvis from rocking right to left. Only lift the leg as high as the hips. Continue to breathe, strong and deep. Come down to the floor and seated. Feet are a little wider than shoulder width, tall into the sit bones. Now round the spine and rock through the pelvis. Feel the curve and the length and straightening of the spine. Inhale, drop back. Exhale, sit tall. Roll down into the floor. Extend the legs and reach the arms overhead for a stretch. Allow your arms to reach towards the sides and your knees to come up into tabletop as if they were resting on the coffee table. Cradle the head with the hands, elbows out to the side. Dead bug. Slide the knee down past the thigh. You'll notice that the top leg stays in place over the hips and the bottom leg reaches outward. Do not allow your pelvis to rock, but stabilize strong through the abdominals. Exhale with every foot drop. Inhale as the feet come together. Breathe strong, deep, and full. You should feel this from your powerhouse, the center core of your body. Extend the legs, flex the feet. Take your hands to the side and we'll start with our 100 series. You'll inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. 10 sets all together. Think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. You may bend the knees through this series. On any inhale, you may lower the head. Exhale, really be strong through your abdominals. Press your back down into the floor, or if you can maintain a neutral spine without pelvic movement, try to do so. Picture an orange between your chin and your chest so the head stays lifted, and squeeze the shoulders down away from the ears to engage the lats and help support the head and upper body. Nice. Bring the hands behind the head and let's start on single leg drops. This is very similar to dead bug with an extended leg. Contract the abdominals each time the leg nears the floor. Exhale on the drop. Inhale with the legs together. You should really start to feel your core getting warmed up now. Your feet may be pointed or flexed. Continue to point the elbows out to the sides of the room and not towards the ceiling. Again, keep the shoulders away from the ears and chin lifted. The next exercise after single leg drops will be an alternating bicycle. Inhale, exhale. Rotate that shoulder blade off the floor, elbow to opposite knee. The lower your legs are, the harder it is on your spine, so continue to point the heels more towards the ceiling, and as you progress, then you may lower the legs. This is about your obliques and your core, not about pain in your low back, so keep the feet high, and now tuck the knees in gently to release. Stretch out the abdominals, one leg at a time, reaching away from the body. And now take the legs wider than shoulder width and pull the toes up towards the ceiling. We're going to roll up the spine into the sits bones and then hinge from the hips and stretch forward. If you need to bend the knees for your roll up or roll down, please do so. Think of exhaling on the lift, inhaling at the top, and exhaling on the forward stretch. Sit nice and tall and slowly draw the belly button in as you roll down to the floor. Think of reaching through the heels outward as you pull yourself up. Continue with your roll-up series, breathing deep and full. If you have a little trouble rolling up, as you work more through this, you'll get better. Really concentrate on curving the spine. Bring the chin in and slowly roll through the hips and stretch forward. Well done. Bring your hands towards your side and flex your feet into the floor. They should be about 12 to 18 inches from your hips. You're going to roll the pelvis from the ground upwards towards the ceiling. Dip the belly button into the rib cage as you roll the hips up. It will lift through your butt, your low back, and then lastly your rib cage, keeping your rib cage soft and low to the ground. Make sure that your heels and toes stay attached to the ground and you're not lifting your feet. Again, roll through, inhale, exhale, roll down, concentrating on pulling in the lower abdominals each time the hips come towards the floor. Stay wide across the shoulders and continue with your breath. Pelvic tilt, roll up, place the rib cage, low back, and hips into the ground. Pelvic tilt, roll up, and now hold this position as you alternate lifting the feet. Try not to rock the hips. You should feel this in the back of the thighs and in your glutes. Keep your rib cage low and your belly button pulled into the spine. Again, wide across the shoulders and shoulders down away from the ears. This marching is great to strengthen the back and the whole back side of your body. Stabilize the hips with the abdominals and continue to breathe throughout this series. Now extend one leg towards the ceiling and let's continue with hip lifts up and down, exhaling on the lift. You'll really feel this in the opposite leg. Remember to keep the knee over the heel and don't let that knee drop out to the side. Make sure your toes stay attached to the floor. Keep going. And now hug the knees before we switch sides. Release the spine and lift the opposite leg up, hands at your side, and reach through the hips. You may bend or straighten the top leg, but continue to squeeze through the bottom, the back of the thigh, and abdominals tight into the spine. Your heel and toes should be parallel to the edge of your mat. Nice job. Bring both knees into the chest and roll up into your sits bones. Now we're going to massage the spine and roll like a ball. Continue with that curve in the spine and try not to land flat. Pull in the belly, drop the chin as you roll back and up. Rolling like a ball helps stimulate the adrenal glands, so it'll improve with all hormone function. Reach for the inside of the feet and allow the knees to open to the side. Roll like a ball, balancing as you come up each time. You may move this a little bit more into open heel rocker by extending the legs. This is a little more difficult, and you may find yourself off balance a bit, but give it a try, even if your legs are slightly bent. Pause at the top, pull up through the chest. Bend the knees into tabletop. Now open to the right and then to the left. Exhale each time you open and work through those obliques. You may place your feet on the floor or extend your legs straight for more of a challenge. Continue to lift the sternum and breathe. Extend the legs if you can. Just a few more. And release. Nice job. Feet into the floor. Now let's roll onto our hands and knees. Spread out the fingers and make sure that your hands are directly under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Slide the right hand forward and the left leg out. Alternate sides and continue to try and find that straight line parallel to the ground. Try not to lean to one side or the other as you lift the leg. Your kneecap should face the ground. Really draw in the abdominals and don't sink through the middle of the back. This is a great exercise to hold for a minute or two to improve your balance and strengthen your core. Now place your hands close together and your feet shoulder width apart. The key here is to stabilize the hips and not let the pelvic rock from side to side. Alternate reach hands to the front. You may drop to the knees if you need to. Exhale each time the hand reaches forward. Nice job. Hands wide on your knees. Lift through the heels and rotate into side T pose. Come back to center and lift through the other side. It's important to tighten the obliques as you reach the arm up. It's also important not to move past the perpendicular angle, so you don't want to roll through that shoulder and reach behind the body. Pivot through the ankles and breathe. You may lower the knee if you need to on each side T. Now alternate knee to elbow, continuing to work through that powerhouse core, drawing the belly button into the spine and keeping the shoulders directly over the hands. Continue to breathe through each movement. If you need to take a rest at any point, please do so, but join us back. Shell position is similar to child's pose with hands behind by the heels. Take a moment to rest and breathe. Now, laying on your side, place your elbow directly under the shoulder. Lift the rib cage, don't sag through the sides, and reach your hand up tall to the ceiling. Extend the top leg and begin with leg circles. The object is to keep the torso still and quiet. You may point or flex the top leg. 10 circles forward, 10 circles back. Now flex the foot and draw and hinge from the hip as you swing the leg front with the flexed foot and back with a pointed toe. You want to reach back enough to feel the glutes be engaged, or squeeze your butt. Continue to keep that rib cage lifted, inhaling as you bring the leg forward and exhaling as you reach it back. Come down onto the floor and slide your lower arm as a pillow rest for your head. This helps keep the spine in alignment. Hinge at the hips and bring the knees to 90 degrees. Extend the top leg to 90 or at least towards the front. Circle the leg forward for 10 and in the other direction for 10 as well. Important to keep your foot flexed on this exercise. You'll really feel this through the glutes and outer thigh. Bend both knees and let's change sides. Again, elbow under the shoulder. Lift through the obliques and reach towards the sky. Extend the top leg and leg circles, keeping the torso still. Your gaze may be upward at the ceiling or straight ahead forward. Again, keep the torso still and tight. 10 forward and 10 back. Leg swings are next. Flex the foot forward, point and reach back. Breathe with each movement and again keep the torso lifted. Nice job. Laying on your side, use your arm as a pillow and bring your knees up hinged at the hips 90 degrees. Extend the leg and leg circles forward for 10 and back for 10. Again, it's important to flex the foot through this exercise. The leg should be straight. Now let's roll over onto our belly, reaching our arms forward. We're going to lift the right hand and left leg as we did in horse stance earlier. Try and keep the hips still and not rock one hip bone into the floor. Keep your legs low and reaching. You should not feel this in your low back. Alternate and then slowly pick up the pace into a full swimming. Breathe throughout this movement. You may turn your hands upward or keep them forward. For our next exercise, bring your hands to your side, modified cobra, and reach forward. You're working through the back muscles and squeezing the shoulder blades. Lift the chin on the hands and make sure the thumbs rotate upward and out. Keep your feet on the floor. Exhale on the lift. Inhale as you lower the hands. Nice job. Bring it up on all four and let's release the spine with cat stretch and cow. Lift the chin and stretch the belly button down to the floor. One more time. Slide the shoulder blades away from the center of the spine and pull the belly button in. Exhale, cat stretch, and now let's push back into the heels as you bend and walk your hands in towards your feet. Shake out your head and neck. Allow your head to be free and loose. Slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time, envisioning each vertebrae stacked a little bit taller. Take it to standing and reach up and breathe in. Allow the arms to fall to the sides. Great job. Want to thank you for joining Sheila, Amanda, Carolyn, Maria, and Chris, and my name's Andrea, for our Pilates workout. You can really feel those abs throughout the routine. Great job.